guys, it's Katie. The perfect makeup tag. This was surprisingly easier to do than I thought it would be, because what we're essentially doing is we have 10 categories and we are picking out our perfect product according to obviously whatever that prompt is. And these are my perfects. Okay, so these products, they're not like the perfect primer, the perfect foundation. They're a little more specific than that. So starting with primer, this primer creates the perfect base. That was easily my Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For No Filter Mattifying Primer and Complexion Perfector. This is just a smoothing primer, but it's not drying. It doesn't cling to dryness. It doesn't make your skin dry. Foundation just glides over it with no issues. I think provides like a perfect little filter for your face before your base product. So the foundation that has the perfect finish, this one is discontinued, but I have some backups, and if it was still here, this is hands down what I would go with, and it is the L'Oreal Lumi Cushion Foundation. I have gone through multiples of these. I have a couple backups. This was my favorite foundation, my mom's favorite foundation. It had a light to, you could get it medium coverage, building it up, but just the perfect amount of glow and radiance that made your skin look so healthy and fresh every day. And I just really missed it. I need to go back and try just the one in the bottle, the L'Oreal Lumi, and see if that kind of can satisfy that need. But this would be the one I picked. But the one that is available today in stores is actually the CoverGirl in Olay Advanced Radiance Makeup Foundation. I have the shade 110 Classic Ivory. It's actually what I'm wearing today, and you have to be careful. CoverGirl and Olay have two of these. This is the Advanced Radiance one. It's just soft on your skin, smoothing. It doesn't look like makeup, but yet it makes your skin look better. And I'm a huge fan of CoverGirl. I would have never picked up this foundation though, but I'm so glad I did. And right now, it just has the nice kind of like that radiant finish with healthy looking properties. It gives life back into your skin as well. And then the concealer that has the perfect coverage. This is the thing. Full coverage concealers tend to be drying, so I don't go for them. The one that has the best coverage for me that my under eyes can handle is the, another CoverGirl. The CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I have the shade L600, I think, light nude. And it is, I know because of the bigger applicator, people say it's like their version of Tarte Shape Tape. It has, I would say, a full medium coverage. I don't think, I've never tried a Tarte Shape Tape, but it's not, what I gather, it's not as like absolutely masking as Tarte Shape Tape, but it is enough to cover discoloration under my eyes, where I don't have to go in with a corrector underneath usually. I just have to be careful that I'm not applying too much, because that's when it gets kind of cakey under there. But if I apply just like my dab here where my discoloration is, maybe out here, and blend it out and set, I'm pretty good. So this has kind of my ideal coverage that works with me. The powder that gives the perfect blur. This is a new favorite of mine. This is the Milani Prep Set and Glow. So they have just like a set and glow that's just a mattifying. I blew out a candle and I'm finding wax all over myself. It's just a mattifying finishing powder. This one is just soft. It's smoothing. It's blurring. It's healthy looking. Has a nice, I would not say radiance, but because there's no glitter, no shimmer, but just a sheen to it. Sets your makeup, makes it just look all put together, all seamless, and I really think this is comparable to some of the Hourglass finishing powders that just give that soft focused blur ethereal effect. I think this is so similar, so much more affordable. Which bronzer has the perfect undertone? So I have two here. Ugh. To me, the perfect undertone for a bronzer is just pretty neutral, but obviously a little bit of warmth to it because it is a bronzer and I use something separate for contour. The one being the Take Home the Bronze by The Balm. Right here, it is more of a neutral undertoned bronzer. But on my skin tone right here, it can still get kind of the double whammy of contour and bronzer and look really good at the sculpting and bronzing at the same time. On the same token, one that's more expensive than that is the Marc Jacobs Tantastic bronzer. But I would say you don't need both of these, but this one again kind of has more of those neutral undertones. This one's a little warmer than Take Home the Bronze by The Balm, so it's going to give, I think, a little more of a bronze effect, more than a bronzer. That's this one right here. So those, to me, when we're looking at one bronzer product that can kind of do a little bit of chiseling as well, Marc Jacobs and The Balm Take Home the Bronze. Where are we on? Blush? Blush has the perfect shade. This, to me, this has been my #1 blush forever. I've gone through whole ones. I have a new one here. I have one on backup. It is my favorite shade, the CoverGirl Cheekers blush in the shade Plumberry Glow. These blushes are notoriously hard to swatch. Like, nothing shows up. However, it is perfect on my skin. I love a pink. I love a pink mauve blush especially, and this is kind of that pinky mauve. It has a little bit of those gold, I guess shimmers, but nothing detectable on the face. You can see it here, right here. Obviously I built that up, but you shear it out on your cheeks, and so we have this plummy undertone. Yeah, it's not going to show up on my hand. We have this mauvey plummy undertone, a little bit of gold, and then just this magnificent like shine to it. It's my favorite, and it doesn't swatch well, but that's okay. A lot of blushes don't. And obviously so affordable. Do not sleep on these CoverGirl Cheekers blushes. I actually have quite a few CoverGirl products. Okay, the highlighter that has the perfect finish. To me, a highlighter with the perfect finish is not a powder highlighter. So then I went to my creams, and then I ended up going with a liquid. I almost talked about, here, the What's Up from Benefit. This was like the cream highlight cream product before it became a phase, and it's just beautiful and glowy on the skin. But sometimes it can be a little much, so I went with something that I think is more of an everyday perfect highlight, which is High Beam by The Balm. I think people are sleeping on this. This has more of a pink undertone to it, but it just looks the most natural on your skin. Just like I don't know how to describe it, but your perfect everyday glow to really hit your cheekbones. I don't think I have this on today. Really hit your cheekbones. It really just blends in flawlessly with the skin. It moves with the light, and that's my perfect finish for a highlight. The lipstick with the perfect formula. This one was also so easy. That would be the Tarte Color Splash lipsticks. These are my favorite lipsticks. I have some neutral shades here. This is kind of like a brownie neutral called Set Sail. And then the mauve nude called Salt Life. And then a fun coral color called Daiquiri. These just have like this in-between finish of matte and cream, so they're not slippery and shiny, but they're opaque and they stay on the lips, and I think they are beautiful colors here. This is Set Sail, this is Salt Life, and this is Daiquiri. So you can see they have a bit of a sheen, but they are not shiny. And they're not fully matte either, but beautiful colors, beautiful formula. Palette with the perfect shimmers. I think in my collection, the perfect shimmers come from my Juvia's Place palettes. So I picked out the Masquerade palette. I'm going to swatch some of these beautiful colors up here for you. This purple blue called Chi. Do you see that one swipe? And then this green called Molly. Let's go to a pink here called Bori. We'll do one more here. This blue called Zola. I think anybody who's tried Juvia's Place palettes, like, you just know, like, there's nothing in my collection that compares to the opaqueness and just quality of these shimmers. Best thing Juvia's Place does, in my opinion. So best shimmers, go to Juvia's Place. I just happened to show you ones from the Masquerade palette. And then the last question, I think, is the palette that has the perfect color story, which obviously all of these are very just our own opinion, but obviously a color story is going to be a very personal choice. But at first I was like, I'm going to go with a neutral, like, taupe palette, because that's my, like, neutral everyday kind of color story of choice. But I had to be more fun than that, and went with the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I just love where the shades are at in this palette. I love just the kind of depth of these bold shimmers up here. I love these, like, more pastel pinks and mauves, and then you kind of have your neutrals down here and your deep plums. And I have loved every look I've created with this palette. And to me, like, I could get my everyday wearable eye looks out of this, and I could also make a little bit more fun wearable looks, but then I could also go like super bold and blue or plum or whatever, and I just love it. So that was quick, which is good. Those are my, like, perfect-ish makeup products, and I hope you like this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.